Home means love. Clearly, keeping people from becoming homeless in the first place is a very big priority. I would like to bring all the people who are nominated to the Broad Street Ministry to share a lunch here and make it a fundraiser for this organization. And the thing that I've also learned about the communities involved in this room and the communities involved around our city dealing with recovery, dealing with homelessness, dealing with reentry, they do it every day. They're out there every day. Their feet are on the ground doing it. We have the resources that we have in the city. There's no reason for me to be telling you how you should be doing something. You should be telling us and directing us as to where these resources are best needed, where these resources can best maximize themselves. So I intend as mayor to have an administration that doesn't tell you how to do your job, but helps you provides the resources to help you do your job in every aspect of recovery, every aspect of getting people into a home, into a permanent home, helping people who are coming back from incarceration to make sure they can give them the ability to change their lives around. The union is the best way, most comprehensive way to ensure your wages, to ensure your benefits, to ensure your health care, and to ensure the condition of your workspace. Everyone who wants to join a union in this city should have the right to do so. We have unions in this city like AFSCME and SEIU, Unite Here, Joint Board, you name it. They are representing working people who are not making big money in the construction trades, but they're working in service industries. They're nurses, they're teachers, they're hospital workers. They're people who work in laundries and commercial laundries. They are organized, and they get their wages settled by the way of negotiating with their employer. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the American way. All the things that we have in this country, 40-hour work week, child labor laws, weekends, they're all came from unionization. And I will never shy away, ever, from the support that I have from organized labor in the city. One of the things we need to do is universal pre-K for all of our 3 and 4-year-olds. Because if we can ensure that opportunity for that child to have a better life and a better future, they need to be reading by grade level at third grade at grade level, and we can provide, there's 14,000 kids in the city who don't have access to a quality pre-K, and in the first term of my administration, we're going to fix that problem. Clearly, keeping people from becoming homeless in the first place is a very big priority. The Basic Systems Repair Program and the Housing Trust Fund need to be bolstered, and I expect to bolster them through increasing the fees on filing of property deeds to about $25 extra, and we'll put all that money into the Housing Trust Fund. I also think that we need to work with our district council people to make sure that we move as many properties through the land bank as possible. And those properties, for the most part, should be going to community development corporations and other private developers. But CDCs really do know the business, and they know what they're doing, and they know that when they get into a neighborhood that sometimes is changing and the housing values are going up, and people are fearful that they're going to be pushed out of their homes through gentrification, which is a major issue in the city that has somewhat been talked about by the LOOP program, the long-term owner-occupant program. It has helped in some ways. We don't have enough people that are signed up for it because a lot of people don't know about it, and the city should be trying, and the city has not tried to inform people about LOOP because they don't want people signing up for LOOP. We're going to have a robust way of getting people on the LOOP program. Additionally, we've had a lot of conversations about the tax abatement, but the largest single user of the tax abatement in Philadelphia is the Philadelphia Housing Authority. That's the agency that uses the tax abatement more than private developers. So setting aside housing for folks who are in need, having inclusionary housing models when we come to doing development and tax abatements in the city are very, very important. But it's also important, as I said in the answer to the first question I had, you have to talk to the people who do the advocacy every day. You can't recreate the wheel. You need to go to the folks who are doing it, understand the system, understand the glitches and the obstacles in the system, and then get those obstacles out of the advocates' way so they can move and get the stuff done and maximize the resources that we have to make sure we reach as many people as possible.
Right.
I just want you to address, if you can, in your closing statement, why should we trust you now, and how can we hold you accountable? How can we hold you accountable?
I've worked with many, many members of council on legislation to provide improved ethics in our government. Michael Nutter and I worked on the creation of the Ethics Board, campaign finance reform laws, the Inspector General, and many of the other entities within the government that make sure that people do the right thing, from an inspector all the way up to the top of the government. I have the passion, compassion, intelligence, experience, and drive to serve everyone in the city. I've done it my entire career, serving every neighborhood in the city as an at-large council member. I really want to do this as mayor. I have some really terrific ideas to change the level and tone in our city when it comes to poverty and education and reentry and blue-collar, life-sustaining, family-sustaining jobs. And you know, one of the things I've talked to the pastors here that I want to do, if Lord willing, I'm successful May 19th, instead of on May 20th, going to a fancy restaurant and celebrating with my friends, I would like to bring all the people who are nominated to the Broad Street Ministry to share a lunch here and make it a fundraiser for this organization. I've already had discussions with the governor. I think he might be in town on the 20th, and we're waiting to see whether or not he's willing to come with us and celebrate a new way and a new day in Philadelphia going forward with dealing with homelessness and poverty and all the issues that are plaguing people in our community. Thank you. Home means love.